Hello, welcome back to Mass Effect 3 with Katrina, Cat, Shepard. Well, we're on the planet Utukku, and we found the Arachnite Queen that Shepard had released back on Novaria. And we ended up letting the Queen die. Grunt called up, said his squad was about to be overrun if they didn't leave now, so we basically said to the Queen, sorry, but you've already proven to be a danger, and I need to save these other guys, so goodbye. Now, Anderson wants to talk to us.
Shepard, damned if you aren't a sight for sore eyes.
Good to see you too, sir.
Sir? I may have reinstated you, but that doesn't give you permission to go all formal on me.
Then I'm glad you managed to keep your ass alive, Anderson.
That's more like it. So I imagine by now you've wiped the galaxy clean of Reapers and we can all come up for air?
Not quite. There've been a few complications.
Aren't there always? Hackett filled me in on the Crucible. Sounds like you've got some knots to untangle.
I generally go this way, but I think she might go this way.
It's what you hired me to do.
Mostly you were hired to kill Reapers. I hope you haven't been sidetracked by all the politics.
Nothing I can't handle. What about you? What's happening on Earth?
I'll spare you the details. But let's just say a lot of cities around the world have stopped checking in.
That bad?
You and I knew what we were in for, but everyone else? I don't think the shock's worn off yet.
Are you safe?
That changes by the hour. I caught a shuttle evac out of Vancouver, and now we're running from foxhole to foxhole just trying to stay alive.
What about the Reapers?
They're harvesting everything that moves. They're focusing on the big cities, which does give us some room to maneuver.
You think you can hang on?
Hell, we're still just trying to talk to each other. Right now, all we can do is organize the resistance at a local level. No lack of volunteers, at least. Everybody knows what's at stake.
I don't know how we'll win this yet, but we will. Even if it kills me.
Well, you've already died once, and that didn't slow you down. But let's not tempt fate. Keep yourself safe, Shepard.
You too, sir.
We'll talk again soon. Anderson out.
Commander, that was a skillful operation back on Sirkesh, extracting the female Krogan.
Padok Wiks was a big part of it.
I met him once before. There was a security meeting to exchange intelligence on the Krogan. I never realized Wiks sympathized with them.
War is full of surprises.
Rarely the good kind. I'm just happy this one played to our advantage.
That's all.
Of course, Commander.
Does he have anything? Oh.
Need something, Shepard?
That's it for now, Rex. Let's get back to work.
Yeah.
Something wrong?
That's Solarian Wiks. He got his tissue sample from me, all right. Let's just say scalpels were never meant to cut where he cut.
No, I put off talking to Wiks until now, so that we could get his post-operational dialogue.
You see the feeds from Halibin? It's brutal. I'm amazed the Turians are holding it.
The birds don't quit when things get ugly. I'll give them that.
Don't worry, Edie. Once the Krogan are gone, we'll get rid of the smell.
While this body has all factory sensors, I do not have positive or negative associations with any specific scent.
Oh. Well, lucky you.
What, you think Rex stinks? What?
How's Grunt? Our little tank baby's all grown up, huh?
Apparently he'll be on his feet and killing again in no time.
Well, he learned from the best, Commander. Every time he incinerates someone with a shotgun and does that little laugh, No, thank you. Edie says it was Rachni down there?
Yeah.
I thought they were on our side after you saved the Queen on Novaria.
We took out the nest. It's no longer a problem.
You want to nuke it from orbit? It's the only way to... forget it. It's probably fine.
How did we get rid of it? I didn't see us take out the nest. I don't know what you're talking about, Shepard.
Shepard, I had a question about human behavior.
Why is it you never have questions about Asari behavior or Turian behavior?
I tried asking Liara questions about the Asari bonding process. She said I do not guard the secrets of the Normandy's crew carefully enough for her to entrust me with such private information. The Asari word she used translates as blabbermouth. I think she has become a more private person since becoming the Shadow Broker.
Tell me about it.
Hello, Shepard.
Hello, Edie.
Commander?
Commander, Cerberus is attacking civilians on Benning. We've been asked to help evacuate the planet. You know, my lab studied the Rachni. Long-distance communication with no time lag, the ability to control workers, and at close range, the Queen can even speak through dead or dying members of other species.
I'm sorry I had to destroy them.
Oh, I'd never want to meet one in a dark alley. I just thought they were interesting.
No new messages, huh? Okay. Let's start down in the shuttle bay. I don't think Steve's got anything to say, or maybe he does.
The munitions you carry into the field deserve at least a triple check.
Rachni? Of all the things that... It's like you got the opposite of a horseshoe up your ass.
Grunt is crazier than you, and that's saying something. You're better looking, at least. Ready when you are.
Stop beating yourself up. It was crazy of me to ask you to join the Normandy back then.
But I let you down. I let Shepard down. I let everyone listed on that memorial wall down. You had the courage to support Shepard. Joker did. Garrus and Tali did.
But Caden didn't. Liara didn't. Were they cowards? I think not. Greg, you're one of the bravest and most loyal men I know. You were meant to be here, right now. We have a war to win. So clear your head and focus.
Okay, you win. It will not be mentioned again.
Commander.
Hello, Commander.
Wasn't the first time we've faced Rachni.
Really? You've seen them before?
A few years back, on Novaria, Saren and his minions were trying to extract information from the Rachni Queen.
You saw the Queen?
Hell, we spoke to her.
You spoke? I can't imagine that. The things you've done, sir, they're amazing.
Well, it didn't seem that way at the time. Mostly, you're just clawing your way out of one mess and into another, hoping your ass comes along for the ride. Just one word, Shepard. Grunt. There'll be a lot more dead Reapers now. Well, you got a do-over, Shepard. Maybe saving the Queen back on Novaria wasn't the best idea after all. most people have never even seen Arachni. The Normandy, we're a regular safari tour. If I never see another spider again, I'll die a contented Turian. Unless they have spiders in the afterlife. Damn. Not right now.
Have we found any new engineers for the Crucible glyph?
5 ex-Sonax Industries scientists who attempted to reverse engineer Prothean technology stolen from planet Garvuk. They're technically still wanted by the Council for hiding Prothean technology. As well, Sonax's part in instigating an illegal war on Garvuk.
I'm sure the Council will forgive that for helping with the Crucible. Extend those scientists amnesty and an invitation.
Right away.
An illegal war. What's a legal war?
Busy? I have time if you'd like to talk. In fact, I could use the distraction.
What's on your mind?
How long it took the Reapers to eradicate the Protheans, and how long they'll need for us. It took them centuries to conquer the Protheans. We're not quite so widespread, but it would still take at least 100 years. It's selfish, but I keep thinking that if we fail... I'm only 109, Shepard. I could live to see the entire cycle come to an end.
Or you could keep fighting.
I'll always try my best, Shepard. You know that. But if we lost you... We finally have other leaders on our side, but none will take us as far as you can. Sometimes I wonder how you do it.
The Reapers would have been here years ago if I didn't.
I wish motivating everyone else had been as simple. Too bad we never found another Prothean beacon.
Haunting the Council with visions of the Reapers might have saved us a few years.
Well, anyone who lives through this war won't be short on nightmares. Let's talk later, Shepard.
You don't have anything more, do you?
I've never seen Krogan move with such purpose. It's a little terrifying.
I didn't bring you on the mission.
Hello, Shepard.
At your service.
I admire your bravery. You're now the savior of your entire race. The transmutative agent that propels a species to a new stage of evolution. Many will fear that. Ah, Commander, we were just...
Are you okay?
I'm fine, Rex. You can relax.
Can't be too careful, or put any faith in Solarian doctors.
This one is different.
Is he? What's that?
A blood test. Nothing as painful as tissue sampling.
Don't remind me. I think you enjoyed doing that.
Commander, please explain to him my only goal is to ensure her health is stable.
Considering everything the Solarians have done to the Krogan, can you blame him?
Considering I'm probably ending my career in STG by helping him, yes.
Why do it?
Every species has their role to play. Centuries from now, the Krogan could be the pinnacle of galactic evolution.
Even I don't believe that. But I want my people to.
And let him work, Rex.
Just keep her safe. Our females have endured enough.
Of course. Now if that's settled, I have work to do before he changes his mind.
Alright, now
So you're the one who told Rex about me.
I had no choice.
But you went against your own government.
They were wrong to hide you. I couldn't watch your entire species go extinct while the solution was being held prisoner in my laboratory.
Your people fear my kind. That will never change.
It has to. Fear has never contributed anything to the galaxy except more fear. The cycle must be broken. Besides, you deserve better than being treated as an experiment.
Now, if I'd talked to him first when talk about Eve, he asks, has she told you her name? And then Shepard would say, I haven't asked yet. But let's talk to her first.
Thank you for saving my life, Commander. I didn't think the Krogan had any allies left in the galaxy.
We owe a lot to you, even if most people have forgotten that.
They can be forgiven. Our actions have hardly inspired friendship.
Part of being friends is knowing each other's name. I feel bad that I don't know yours.
I surrendered it the day I became a shaman of the female clan. I belong to my sisters now. But perhaps one day, when this is over, you can know it.
If you don't ever talk to her, she won't tell you her name. If you skip this dialogue, she won't tell you her name at the end of the mission, at the end of the Genophage mission.
I didn't realize the Krogan had female shamans.
Wisdom comes from pain, and the Genophage has made us very wise. Rather than surrender to despair, a few of us chose to preserve the ancient ways. We safeguard our culture, our knowledge, our secrets. So when our children live again, the Krogan will flourish.
How were you initiated?
You're locked in a cave for 7 days with just enough food to last. On the 8th, you'll starve.
What does that prove?
Your resolve. Every acolyte is given a chance. You either claw your way out through the rock with your bare hands, or you die.
How did you make it out alive?
I started digging the wrong way. I was in complete darkness. Nothing other than my own heartbeat to sustain me.
What happened?
I found this. A simple crystal, but it became my chisel. Take it as a reminder, Commander. In the darkest hour, there is always a way out.
That's a brutal initiation.
But an illuminating one. You learn to appreciate the light by living in the dark.
What do you think of Rex?
When he's not trying to sire half of Tuchanka, he's the best thing that's happened to the Krogan. But I won't tell him that. His head's big enough already. Literally.
He's turned into a strong leader.
I know in his heart Rex wants what's best for us. Though not all the other clans see it that way.
Why would the other clans give Rex trouble? You'd think they'd want a better future.
It's not in the nature of our males to cooperate. They've evolved to be selfish. Their only concern is survival. Rex is different. He's a mutant. And that you can tell him.
Do you think Rex will want revenge for the Genophage?
Some clans will expect it, but I hope Rex resists. He understands the cycle of violence must end if Krogan are ever to have a voice in galactic politics. Still, he's just one Krogan. If enough clans demand it, he may not be able to stop them.
How'd you get involved in Malin's experiments?
The other females and I volunteered. We heard Malin was trying to cure the Genophage for Clan Weirlock.
Aren't they a rival clan?
Rivalries are the invention of the males. Under their rule, Tuchanka has laid in ruins for over 1,000 years. It's time females took back our place in society and resurrected our future. Malin was our best hope.
I found Malin's lab. It looked like a dungeon. His experiments were brutal.
We learned that too late. He meant well, but his methods grew more barbaric as he went. We finally escaped into the rubble. Eventually, a Solarian team found us. They saved our lives. We were so sick.
Would you go to Malin again?
Absolutely. It only takes one candle to light a fire, and then the darkness is no more.
I'm not going to ask about what it's like living with the Genophage, because then she's going to go on about when I held my dead child in my arms. Like, if you were preggers, you wouldn't have one children. You'd have dozens and dozens and dozens, up to 1,000 a year. So, I mean, I don't want to hear about, I don't need to hear this internal inconsistency crap.
How has Padok Wiks been treating you?
Better than Krogan males do. He's not like a typical Solarian.
How so?
Most are arrogant, always reminding us they uplifted our race. He's a deep thinker. We've had talks about philosophy, religion, evolution. His hopes for a Krogan future have given me hope.
Do you trust him?
The other Solarians would rather have let me die. Wiks stood up to them. He demanded medical treatment for my sisters and me. I doubt he has any friends left on Sarkash.
Thanks for talking to me.
It's my pleasure, Commander. I'm glad to see humans treat their women with respect. Your people have placed a lot of responsibility on you.
No more than your people have put on you.
Then maybe we can show the men how it's done.
Deal.
Commander, Eve's blood tests are in good order. Malin's notes have been invaluable in restoring her health.
I'm glad I saved them.
You quite possibly saved her life, too.
How have you been getting along with Eve?
She tried to kill me at first. Krogan don't react well to Solarians doing medical tests on them. Once that was cleared up, we've formed something of a cross-species relational bond.
You mean you're friends now?
It's more an agreement not to kill each other. Species take time to evolve. So do friendships. Though I still haven't learned her real name yet. Have you?
She said it's a secret.
Baffling custom. I suppose Eve will have to do for now. Though one wonders how other Krogan would get her attention. Excuse me, Krogan of female persuasion. Do you have a moment?
I knew an STG scientist named Morden Solus. Have you heard of him?
Indeed. I once punched him in the face.
You what?
He was still an STG at the time. I postulated there was more to evolution than just random mutation. Morden disagreed. We argued, we drank, then argued some more. Soon enough, a good fracas seemed the best way to settle things.
Who won?
He got a black eye. I broke a few fingers. We called it even and went back to drinking.
So the two of you were friends?
Some weeks, yes. Some weeks we didn't speak to each other. There were tremendous stresses for those involved in genophage research. My side of it was all theoretical. His side, well, he went to Tachanka. He saw its effects up close. He was never the same after that. I now understand.
I'm sorry to say, Morden died.
I know. STG is aware of your mission through the Omega-4 relay. For Morden's sake, I hope he finally found the grace he deserved.
How is this cure gonna work?
I'm hoping it will inspire a resurgence in Krogan sex. I've always wondered how they mated.
Not what I meant.
No, but you were probably thinking it. And now's our chance. In the interest of science, how do Krogan mate?
Very clumsily.
And there we have it. Could be worth writing a paper someday. Now, as to your question. We can extract the DNA that renders immunity from her tissue to produce a viable mutagen. In turn, this mutagen will alter the gland function across the whole Krogan species. Large and presumably irritable infants will soon follow.
I don't understand this. Oh, well, unless we're going to have babies, we're not going to have sex. I mean, come on. Besides, nature would never instill in a species, let's have babies drive, since the connection between sex and babies is a cause and effect thing that no animal could figure out. Even humans didn't know about it for a long time, I'm sure. They have sex drives. It results in babies. That's what nature, that's what evolution wants. But you'd have sex regardless of whether you're going to have babies or not.
Anyone ever tell you you're a bit odd?
It's the odd ones, the mutations, who move life forward. They expand the possibilities. On that, Morden, Solus, and I agreed.
Morden could be pretty unusual, too.
A side effect of our work. It often decides the fate of millions, even billions of lives. No mind is immune to the pressure. We all fracture in different ways. Morden's conscience haunted him. Malin crossed the line into barbaric experiments. And myself, I went searching for whatever gods created the rules for this unfortunate universe.
You mentioned the Shroud before. What can you tell me about it?
Somewhere along the line, the Krogan got it in their head that a nuclear war might be fun. Sometimes it is. The radiation thinned to Chunka's atmosphere. Temperatures rose dramatically. The Shroud provides a layer of atmospheric particles to block the solar heat and maintain a livable climate. Solarian ingenuity at work.
How did your people get involved?
Giant ravenous insects, the Rachni. They were devouring half the galaxy. So we uplifted the Krogan to stop them. Reasonable, given the situation, but a textbook example of how meddling with evolution leads to unintended consequences. What did the uplift get us? This present mess.
Years ago, I spared the Rachni Queen.
Yes, STG has a file on your mission to Noveria. One wonders what unintended consequences that may have. Too many outcomes to track.
You didn't meddle with their evolution. You meddled with their culture. Evolution has to do with biology. Culture is not. Ay, ay, ay.
I'm curious. Why do this for a problem that doesn't even affect you?
But it does. The willful extinction of another species benefits no one. We all lose eventually. The Krogan may lack beauty, perhaps even brains, but so did your ancestors. And mine. Every species has a fatal flaw, a flaw that is theirs alone to overcome. We cannot deny them the opportunity to evolve.
So you'll put your own life on the line for the Krogan?
For the larger principle, yes. I've spent my career planning which species deserve uplift and which do not. But no one ever asked if we had earned the right to make those plans. We are not the originator.
Who do you think decides what the plan is?
The question of the hour. The very reason religions are invented. Unfortunately, at this hour, the answer seems to be the Reapers. But even they evolved for some purpose, and by some design.
Have you had any luck finding answers?
There have been hints, like finding an artist's signature in a painting. The way the pattern in a Tanvorian Mulwich's feathers resemble the galactic spire. That's almost showing off. But none of it constitutes proof. Just intuition.
Most scientists I meet don't feel that way.
Then they're blind. So much grandeur in creation. It can't be an accident.
Go through this really quick.
But it does. The Krogan may lack. Every species has a fatal flaw.
I see. Well, I want to hear it.
The Krogan have proven their purpose. Bloodshed and conquest. We don't need more of that.
Peace is rarely the way of things, Commander. Your obsession with guns proves it. Suppose it's the Krogan's violent nature that saves us from the Reapers.
And I want to hear that. Not that Cat would not pick either one of those, but I do want to hear it.
Species go extinct all the time.
Yes, if they fail to evolve naturally, then so be it. But as a deliberate campaign of genocide, a campaign that never takes into account the unintended consequences of annihilating a species, no politician or scientist has that kind of foresight. Only the arrogance to pretend otherwise.
Thanks. I appreciate your help in this.
And I appreciate the chance to witness this moment in history, Commander. We're charting a new course in evolution.
Yeah, Cat wouldn't have picked either of those two, but I wanted to hear those. Okay, one last floor. This episode's gone on a lot longer than I thought it would have. Let's check in with Javik.
Commander, I did not expect to face the Rachni in this cycle, but I am not surprised.
You said you used them as weapons?
Biological proxies. It was before I was born, but every Prothean had heard the stories. When we knew of them, the Rachni spent their lives singing thoughts to each other. But our scientists were more interested in their biology. the Rachni were well suited to harsh conditions. So we bred them for violence, selecting the most cunning and warlike of the queens. Then we unleashed them upon our enemies. For a time, it worked, until they became too cunning and warlike and turned on us. We put them down before they could develop any further. We thought they had been exterminated. Yet it seems our experiment evolved into this cycle's nemesis. The Rachni were a force to be reckoned with, even in our cycle. I would have saved the Queen. The benefits of having them as an ally would have outweighed the danger. I am glad I met the grunt Krogan. Living in his quarters, I have come to know him better. He will fight the Reapers with great ferocity. I would prefer to be alone.
Okay.
Kenneth, do you ever think about when we were abducted by...
No, I don't.
Me neither.
So, the Rachni, that must get your mouth watering.
Can't do a story. That's as classified as it gets.
I suppose it would cause a panic, but wouldn't the news drive up recruiting?
It might also piss off a Krogan with diplomatic immunity. No thanks. You know, in the old days, they didn't have automat on cameras. Reporters had to cake on the makeup.
Alright, well, that's enough for this episode. I'm not sure what I'm going to do in the next episode. Maybe go to Tuchanka? I'm not sure. Anyway, until then, have a nice day.